What is up? Welcome to another fight simulation. Today, folks, we are going to do a fight simulation. Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori, UFC 263, the main event. That is exactly what we're going to do today. So to make sure we have everything down, it is a championship fight. Let's see. Make sure that we have, dude, I should have checked this thing before I started recording. That's how you know how professional I am. Let's see. The fight is happening. Do we even have this arena in here? No? No, we do not. So we're just gonna stick with the regular one. We go Madison Square Garden. Legendary AI, real-time clock, competitive HUD, weight class. This is it. This is the settings we're going to work with right here. We're going to leave everything the same. We're not going to make any other changes to the fighters, and we're going to see who's going to get the win. Of course, the champion is Israel Adesanya, and challenger Marvin Vettori. These two guys have been at each other's throats. On paper, it kind of, let's go with home national right there. On paper, it's one of those fights that has a potential to, end up being a lot better than it seems on paper. You know what I mean? And by better, I mean more competitive, right? Like I don't really see this fight being too one-sided on either side. I really don't. I think there is going to be a back and forth here. Then again, MMA never ceases to surprise, never ceases to amaze. So if Israel goes out there and completely shreds this man like he did Paulo Costa, am I going to be surprised? No. No, I'm not. I mean, he absolutely has the skill to do that. On the other hand, if Marvin Vettori, the challenger, goes out there, grounds Israel every single round, ground and pound, grind him out to win a perhaps lackluster but still a dominant decision, am I going to be surprised? No, I'm not going to be surprised, especially because we've talked about this in the past. I do think, especially on the ground, Israel does have a hole in his game, and we've seen this throughout his career in MMA, especially the few times the fight has gone to the ground and he finds himself in half guard specifically. And it makes perfect sense, man. It really does, because if you guys watch a lot of wrestlers in MMA, DC, you watch GSP, you watch Kamaru Usman, you watch Cain Velasquez when he was on top, you watch all these guys, even Chael Sonnen, John Jones, when these guys, Khabib Nurmagomedov, when these guys get their opponents to the ground, they tend to favor half guard. And there's a very good reason for that. It's because half guard, you're able to control your opponent's upper body, and you also control the hips. In other positions, you don't really have too much control over all of them. Like, for example, if you were to make your way to side control, right? Unless you have your hand between their legs, kind of controlling the hips a little bit, you might have control over their upper body, but you don't have a lot of control over the hips. That is unless you go knee on belly, like a low knee on belly, where your knee controls the hips, and then you can use a cross face to control the upper body. There are a few things that you can do, but then in MMA, of course, if you have it's like in MMA, it's one thing to have control, but a lot of times when fighters have control in mixed martial arts on the ground, they sacrifice damage. That's when you start seeing the body-head, the body-head combinations. But if you posture up and try to go for damage, a lot of times fighters lose control. So for someone like Marvin Vettori, I think on the ground, that's going to be like a trade-off he's going to have to make. Do I go for damage and potentially lose control, or do I just focus heavily on control and just try to rack up the time and win that decision? And for Israel, I mean, I feel like the game plan for him should be fairly straightforward. Keep the fight on the feet, piece him up, pick him apart, either stop him or win a dominant decision. And so it's going to come down to who's able to implement their game plan. But here we go. Bruce Buffer announcing our fighters. Israel looks good.
Professional record of 20 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Israel.
Last Bender. Finally, bro. After so many different character models, we finally get to a character model that actually looks like Israel. It only took us like 4 different character models. I think it was like 4 different character models before we finally settled on this one. But this finally looks like Izzy. Yes, skip that. Skip that. Let's go. Are they gonna touch? No touch. Israel Adesanya goes southpaw right away. Mirrors his stance. There's a beautiful leg kick. Let's see. Now, the one on the feet, the one threat that Marvin poses is with his left hand. He has a really good left straight. In their first fight, he was able to land that straight shot quite a few times. And of course, there we go. The wrestling. That is what he's going to need to be doing. He is going to need to threaten with that the whole entire time. And to be able to do that successfully, especially against a well-conditioned fighter like Israel, man, you got to be in shape. I mean, Marvin has to be in the absolute best shape of his life because he's going to need to put on a really, really high wrestling and grappling pace for 5 rounds if he needs to. And I just don't know if he has the, I don't know if he has that stamina to be able to do it. But here we go. Of course, as, oh, question mark kick lands. As anticipated, Israel is moving back. There's a shot right there. Nope. Got defended right there. That is an overhand. I believe Israel is rocked. He is rocked. So Marvin Vettori draws blood. Oh my God, he gets sat down. Oh my goodness. Why are you stopping? Oh my Lord. He drops him again with the overhand. There's a clinch. Marvin Vettori, ladies and gentlemen, is rising to the occasion. And the champion is hurt. There's a head kick. Oh my God. This AI is not doing Israel justice at all. Well, that's a beautiful block counter, though. So Marvin Vettori has drawn blood in round number 1 with those overhand shots. He was just about to throw another overhand. Almost hurt him again. There's a clinch. There's to the head. There's a cross. Wow. Marvin is doing a super good job. Oh my God. And he is hurt. His leg is hurt. I think the crazy thing is that Marvin is doing this on the feet. Like, he's outstriking Israel. Look at him. There's a clinch. An uppercut, and Israel is cut. He is cut. He's cut on the left eye. There's a rock right there. Drops him with the head kick. All right, so I think Izzy might have got this round. There's a cross. There we go. Israel is now intercepting him with some beautiful shots, working the legs really well, intercepting him with that cross. I mean, right now they're both bleeding. He almost got caught. He's hurt. He's hurt again. And yes, I turned off the HUD, as you guys can see right there, to try to keep this as realistic as possible. Beautiful oblique. There we go. Dude, this is going to be a long, long fight, bro. Israel was about to go for a roundhouse to the head right there. Marvin Vettori tries to intercept him with an overhand. Another overhand lands, and Israel is hurt again. That overhand is money. It really is doing a lot of damage. But, of course, you got to worry about Marvin and his stamina. He's been doing quite a bit of work. I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep this up. There's a takedown attempt denied by Izzy. This is a good fight so far, honestly. and he gets hurt. So far, they've both drawn blood. I'm not even sure who I would say won this round. He's hurt again. He got caught by a knee as he was about to go for an overhand. Israel letting him off the hook. Wow, whiffed. Israel with the double hooks. And this round is close to being over. Beautiful leg kick. I just looked at Marvin Vettori's shorts. He's not wearing this one backwards. That's good. He's not wearing this one backwards. All right, and round number 1 is done. Who would you guys say won this first round? Because as I watch this right now, I would probably give the edge to Marvin Vettori. I think he was able to get most of the drops. I mean, most of the rocks. That overhand was doing a very good job. That was like the best shot. But of course, Israel caught him right there with that beautiful roundhouse to the head from the lead leg, sat him down. And if I remember correctly, I don't think Izzy actually got dropped in this round. I think Marvin is the only one that got dropped. And considering that this game tends to focus mostly on damage, that round might have gone to the champion. So let's see. Round number 2. Let's go. Overhand again. That overhand, I mean, he's so confident with that overhand. Keeps going for it over and over again. And it's one of those shots that I feel like if Israel gets caught out of position, maybe throwing a shot with high vulnerability, and he gets caught at the perfect range with that overhand, it could flash him. Like, it could do enough damage to actually cause irreparable damage. So, we'll see. Leg kick. And now they stare at each other. They're really mimicking each other. So, Marvin is definitely going to gas out very soon. I mean, there is a takedown and denied by Style Bender. You know, this is something that I'm thinking might end up being the case. Of course, Marvin Vettori's takedowns, they're better. But so is Israel's takedown defense, and he hurts him. Israel's takedown defense is also better. And now that he knows this man is going to come out to try to replicate what Jan Wachowicz was able to do to him. Because, I mean, Jan... oh, my God. Oh, my God. Don't do that, Marvin Vettori. Don't do that. Wow. He got absolutely flattened. He got absolutely flattened, bro. Look at this. Boom! Lead uppercut as he was lunging into a body shot. Finishes him dead. A lot of you have been talking about how you do believe that Israel is going to get this man with a knee as he's going for a takedown. And dude, that is a possibility, man. I mean, we've already seen him do that once. We've seen that when he was fighting Derek Brunson. There's no basically what I'm trying to say is it's a possibility he could do it again, especially when you're shooting on him in a very predictable manner. He could absolutely run into a knee. That could happen. But man, the champion wins and defends his belt. The champion, baby. There we go. There we go. Very fun, very, very fun fight simulation. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know, don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section who you guys are predicting to win the fight and how. And probably tomorrow, the day of the fight, a few hours before the fight, I'm going to upload like a short fighter showcase for Izzy. It's not going to be too long. And then we'll go from there. But that is it, man. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out.